Shot in my second IDPA event, and I made some progress. My practice paid off a little bit, and I made a $15 investment this past week, and it made a big difference. That's what's coming up. Hey folks, and welcome to 22 Short Thursday on Get on Target with Link. Today we're talking about my second IDPA event. This is still so much fun. It's such a challenge. I've talked about it before. It's just like playing golf. You just get bitten by the bug, and now you just want to get a little bit better and a little bit better. And well, that's the process that I'm in the middle of. But anyway, as you know, I finished 19th out of 23 on my first event. Now I'm 17th, and I cut 50 seconds off of my previous time. That was huge. My first goal when I did my first IDPA event, if you watched that video, was to not get disqualified and not finish last. And I was successful. I set as but I had over 150 second score, which is horrendous. It's just humiliating. So my next goal was to get under 100. Well, I got to 105. Really close. So I think I can do it, and I think I'll meet my next challenge. Would have gotten there, but I hit a non-combatant target. So, and I barely scraped it, but I hit it. So that cost me 5 points, and that would have gotten me to 100. But at any rate, it was great, and I made some improvement, and that's all I'm trying to do is improve each time I go. So if you watched the first video about my IDPA adventures, you know that there was a low light stage. Well, they don't do that every week, but they did it again this week. So, but this time I came prepared, and I'm going to show you how I overcame it. But before we do, I want to make sure, stay through to the end of the video. I'm not going to show you the entire event like I did on the first one. I'm just going to show you the first stage, and because it was a big improvement. It was definitely a move in the right direction. But stay through and see that, and make sure if you like the video, like it, let some people know about it, subscribe, ring the bell on the notification when it comes up, and we put something out every Tuesday and Thursday and want you to be here. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so low light. Low light completely blew me away in the first competition. In the darkness, I could not see the targets. I couldn't get on target, and I wound up missing one of them altogether, and that wound up costing me 10 points, which is 10 seconds, which is not good. That was a big gaffe. Cheers. A little coffee in the afternoon. So I decided I needed some illumination, which is perfectly legal. You can carry a flashlight, and you can illuminate your targets in a low light situation. I had no experience using a light and holding one and manipulating one and being able to reload my firearm while holding a light. So all of it was brand new. But I decided it was so unsuccessful the first time, it was worth a shot. I was going to give it a try, and I did some practice with the flashlight and my firearm before I went, and practiced a little bit, see if I could find a way to hold it that I could be consistent with and comfortable with, and I did, and it helped a ton. I want to introduce that to you now, too. We'll put this in the description down below so you can look it up. This is the ProTech HL20F. It's an inexpensive little flashlight. That's all it is. This is not a professional tactical piece of equipment. Tactical flashlights can be so bright they can actually blind an adversary, giving you a tactical advantage of seconds in a self-defense situation. That's not what this is. It's just a little flashlight, but it's perfect for the game. I'm playing a game. That's what I'm doing. And this was plenty of illumination for me to be able to see in those low light stages that they set up at the range. Perfect. Now, this has a flash mode, which I'm not going to bother to show you right now because it has no application in competition. But it does also have a six times zoom range, and I'm going to show you how that works. If you can see on here the wide beam that it's throwing, as I turn it, the beam becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and it becomes brighter and brighter and brighter. All of the light from this little flashlight is being focused into a tiny little capsule of light. Now, I used it quite a bit wider because I didn't need that much light in this situation. We were looking at most 7 yards, at most probably five yards of distance between me and my targets. So it didn't need to be that bright. Gotcha. I see you out there. I see you. Okay? It didn't have to be that bright for it to be effective. I just needed some coverage in the low light area to be able to see the targets and to be able to see my sights against those targets. This did the job. A whopping $15 at Cabela's, maybe 20, somewhere in that range, but really, really inexpensive. Now, the way that I wound up using it, and this is a safe weapon, no magazine. So I practiced for quite a while at home before I went to that match, and I came up with at someone's suggestion online. By the way, I didn't come up with this myself, but essentially holding it like a cigar, and then taking my normal grip and being able to adjust, but the light winds up pointing just where I'm aiming. They are working in tandem, and it worked beautifully. What I had to practice was being able to also reload while still holding my cigar, and it took a little practice, a few repetitions to get that under my belt. But once I did, that combination worked beautifully, and I still had full support from my support hand while shooting. This worked, and it made a big, big difference in that last stage. If you saw the first video, you know that I did not get a video of the third stage because I forgot to turn my camera on to film the third stage. Guess what I did again? You got it. So there's no video of the third stage in that dark area. I'll try to do better on that in the future, and remember to turn my camera on as a videographer. But anyway, I didn't do it again, so I don't have video of it. But this was really helpful, and for $15, it's all I needed. I really emphasize not going out and spending huge dollars on professional tactical equipment. They make these lights that are so bright that it is actually a tactical advantage. It's a blinding light that puts your adversary at a disadvantage and can make the difference of a second, which is all you need. So that's not what this is. This was for the game of IDPA, the sport of IDPA shooting. That's what this was for. So don't confuse the two. Although IDPA is trying to emulate self-defense scenarios, it's still a game replicating that. It's not a self-defense situation, and you don't need that tactical advantage to win in the sport. So, $15. What a deal. And it worked great. This was just exactly what I needed. It's lightweight, fit between my fingers, and still allowed me to keep a grip on my handgun. That was awesome. The other thing that I wanted to mention is if you saw the recent video of my fun day of going to the range and then picking up a Ruger 1022 at Cabela's, at my local shop, Green Top. You know that trip to the range was a little frustrating because I bought some ammo there, and my Jonic hated that ammo. It was the CCI Blazer brass 9mm, and it hated it. It just melted down on that ammunition. It completely jammed up, and repeatedly so. And so I did clean it before I went to my match on Monday. And I did switch to Remington target ammo, and it was flawless. There was not a glitch to be found. It was absolutely faultless. Couldn't have asked for more in terms of performance of the firearm. It was perfect. And so I'm thinking it might have just needed a major cleaning. It's looking pretty spiffy even after Monday right now. So that's holding up pretty well. But stay tuned. Let me show you the video footage of at least the first stage of the event. You will see the range officer explaining how the stage is to work, and then I'll go right into my participation in that stage, and you'll get a look-see at another IDPA match. And I'm very excited about the progress. But anyway, stay tuned. Let's take a look at that.
Targets, 2 rounds each, not limited. Concealment garment is not required. The firearm is going to be unloaded on this barrel with all your magazines, all 3 on this barrel right here. You're going to start right here at the end of the wall, one hand touching each dot on the wall. At the buzzer, retrieve your firearm, your magazines. We're going to gauge target 1, cover, you have a fault line on the floor. Begin from target 1 right down the hall. After that, we're going to come up, make sure we watch our muzzle, hold it up high so we don't sweep ourselves. Push the barrel out of the way, and on our way to our next cover position, we're going to engage target 2, target 3, and target 4 in the open. As you're moving up, come up to the very end, and our last cover position with the pole line on the floor for targets 5, 6, right here around the corner. Okay. This, anybody hadn't shot or still newer, the non-thread is on the hands. This is the target right here. Any black on the target's hardcover, so the only thing available is the headshot.
So after getting the description of the stage and how to shoot it, finally it was my turn, and it looked like this.
There, you can make ready.
So you're retrieving your second magazine up front, right?
Well, you can retrieve it anytime you'd like before you blow up.
Okay, but
So you can do it right from the start.
Yeah, okay.
Or you can pick the gun up.
Oh, thank you.
Ready? Stand by. bag out. It'll be clear. If clear, slide forward. All right, next up. And we'll start. Clear. 0-1.
So that was me on my first stage of that second IDPA event, and big improvement, although you saw the frustration at the very end when I was checking my scores on the target from my very first target, because I cost myself a couple of points on that first shot. But still, such a big improvement. I learned so much this week, both in dealing with low light, how to deal with the flashlight, how to manipulate it, just the whole experience of being in a match, and it's so much fun. It is just so much fun. I just really encourage you to give it a shot, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so that's it for 22 Short Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I learned a lot this week. I hope you learned a little. If I passed on something, cool. I'm glad I did. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe, hit the notification. You know, come on, just join up. Let's get together. Every Tuesday, Thursday, we're coming back at you. So until the next time I see you on Get on Target with Link, I will see ya.